What's going on, everybody? Welcome on in, welcome on in, welcome on in. I hope you are having a wonderful evening thus far, early afternoon, wherever you're watching this in from. Welcome on in. Hi, Urka Pie. Yay. Okay, finally, we got the live stream working. Sorry, guys, I was literally live and starting the podcast, and I'm like, where is everybody? Why is the live chat dead? And why does it show that nobody's in the live, nobody's watching live? So StreamYard was doing the StreamYard things, and they were annoying. But anyway, we have a lot to break down, a lot of Vanderpump Rules news. We will dive all into it right now. So I hope you is ready, Freddie. Let's get it. Oh, hi, it's me, Zack Peter, pop culture junkie, reality TV insider, published author, and host of the No Filter with Zack Peter podcast. Here I'll bring you all the latest news on the Real Housewives, deep dives into celebrity legal scandals, and unfiltered convos with your favorite stars. I've got you covered. And yes, I always keep receipts. So be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for all the latest tea. Now, let's dive in. Okay, welcome on in, welcome on in, welcome on in, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your week. Happy hump day. Hopefully you got to rest a bit after the weekend and you're ready to celebrate 4th of July next week. Weird that it's on a Tuesday because like nobody can really like celebrate or take the time off, but whatever. Independence Day. Okay, we have a lot to break down on Vanderpump Land. We're going to talk about the new spinoff that has just been announced. We're going to talk about season 11 because some people are signed on and some people are not signed on. And we'll get into all of that and why. Who was spotted filming, who has not been spotted filming yet. Hi, Val, but you guys know the drill. Drop your first name and where you're watching in from so I can give you a shout out to kick things off. Let me know if you're watching Stars on Mars, which is the new Fox show that Schwartzy was on. Curious if anybody's actually like in tune with Stars on Mars. Okay, so hi, Tammy. Tammy from where? She said, hi, it's Tammy from Marietta, Candy from Orlando, Stephanie from NYC. Stephanie, are you coming to our NYC show? July 26th. Me and the Bra Bros are going to be live. And I'm not announcing who our special guests are because I don't want Bravo to intercept anymore. So just get ready. Hi, Amber from Seattle. Just know that it's going to be a fun night, July 26th at City Winery, NYC. So get ready, baby. Okay. I actually thought Stars on Mars was good. I figured it would not be. I agree, Urka Pie. I started it, and I actually think it's good as well. Jamie from sunny Seattle. Woo woo. Watched every episode of Stars on Mars. Lindsay from STL. Diane from Long Island. We have someone else from Seattle. How are you? I'm doing lovely. Susanna from North Carolina. Chris from Long Island. Hi, Chris. Okay. Trish from Sherman, Texas. Okay, let's dive into it. So, as I mentioned with Stars on Mars, the video is stopping. Guys, I'm sorry. If the video is stopping, check your Wi-Fi connection. I always love your clothes and your eyebrows are unfair. I feel like I look like total shit today, but thank you. I feel like puffy and bloated because my mom signed us up to go to this like movie thing last night, and I went and I didn't realize we weren't eating dinner before or after. So they all had like hot dogs at the movie theater. And I'm like, I don't eat hot dogs at the movie theater. So I had really salty popcorn and some vodka that I had snuck in. So today we're just extra puffy and living life. Woo woo. Okay, so spoiler alert for those of you that are watching Stars on Mars or not watching Stars on Mars. If you're not keeping up with the news, I would say maybe mute the next section if you don't want a spoiler, but it's a spoiler. Spoiler alert. Schwartzy has officially landed back on Earth and he is no longer on Fox's Stars on Mars. He was eliminated in a double elimination. First up was Natasha Leggero, who was practically begging to come home. She was like, I already called my Uber. And we're like, well, I like Natasha Leggero. I thought she was funny and I used to love her when she used to be on Chelsea lately. But so she was like, send me home. And then they're like, okay, we're going to send you home. And then, oops, surprise, we're doing a double elimination tonight. And guess what, Schwartzy? You're not safe because now Schwartzy has gone home to LA. I mean, I honestly wasn't expecting him to win the show, but I guess he had a good run, and it was a nice break from Sandoval and Scandoval and all the Pump Rules drama before having to film the new season. He said that LA was just really dark, so Stars on Mars was a bit of a good getaway for him, and good for him, right? Self-care, go to Mars. There you go. Anybody, if you're going through a rough time, go to Mars. So he's back in LA filming Vanderpump Rules, and Deadline has just announced. I know I shared this on an Instagram reel and on TikTok. So if you're not following me on the Tickety Talk at Just Plain Zack or on Instagram at No Filter with Zack for all the latest podcast show news, you can follow me there. But Deadline announced this week that Bravo has officially greenlit a new spinoff with the OGs of Vanderpump Rules, and they're currently in negotiations with Jax Taylor, Brittany Cartwright, and Kristen Doute, amongst some others. Unclear who those others are, presumably some like newbie friends of theirs. Interesting, right? The show is described as a group of friends that are trading in the West Hollywood life with from bottle service to baby bottles, and they're trading in the West Hollywood life for a simple life in the Valley. So it's going to follow them in their marriage and parenting roles. Jax and Brittany have baby Cruz. Kristen doesn't have anyone, so that's going to be an interesting juxtaposition. Will Stassi be back? Uncertain. I'm going to say unlikely. I know when I spoke to Stassi, when I had her on this podcast, which you guys can listen to Stassi on the podcast. The interview is up now on YouTube and on all podcast platforms. But when I spoke to her in April, she seemed open to the idea of returning to reality television at some point, but I just don't envision her returning to film with Jax and Brittany. I think there's still just like a lot of tension and pain there from the fallout from the wedding. But I mean, maybe she misses it and maybe she wants to come back and she's willing to get scrappy with Jax and Brittany or not. I don't know. Do you guys want Stassi back? I don't think the show works without Stassi. I don't know if Jax, Brittany, and Kristen are strong enough on their own show with a bunch of newbies. If we're going to watch a veteran show, I think we want to watch all of the veterans, right? And if it's about mommy life, then like the show should also have Lala and the show should also have Sheena and all of them having babies and live in this new, no longer bottle service, now live in this new, baby bottle life. I think that that's a little more practical. I don't envision Stassi doing it unless they pay her a lot of money. So I'm sure there are conversations being had. I'm sure they're dangling some money in front of her, but we can't do this without Stassi. Will Bravo even let Stassi come back? Why wouldn't they let Stassi come back? They let Kristen and Jax come back. It's 8 episodes. Yes, Christy, it is 8 episodes. So it's a shorter season. It's more of just like a catch up, or at least that's what's been greenlit is 8 episodes, 1 season, a short season. Who knows what that'll actually look like? Stassi needs to be a part of it. I agree. But again, I don't know if she actually will. I think Peter will be invited to be on that. Why do we want to see Peter on that now? The Forever Bachelor? I'm good. But Jax and Kristen, it's interesting. I'm intrigued. I don't know if they'll be able to carry a show on their own. They're usually good when they have foil to work off of. I would have rather seen them back on Vanderpump Rules because I would have loved to have seen like a Jax and Tom Sandoval face off. I would have loved to have seen a Kristen Doute takedown of Tom Sandoval. I would have loved to have seen a James and Kristen face off. Like all of those things I think would have made Vanderpump Rules even better and maybe given it a little more life. That this spinoff idea is not entirely. I'm intrigued. We'll see what it brings though. But it's all very preliminary, so who knows if anything will actually materialize. Negotiations are happening. That's all we know so far. But what is happening is Vanderpump Rules. You're back. Awesome. Yes, I'm back. Thank you. Maybe they'll cross over. That would actually be kind of fun to do a crossover. Love to see Stassi on the Real Housewives. Listen, Stassi's great reality television, and I think we need Stassi back on our television ASAP. So let's make it happen, baby. But Vanderpump Rules season 11 has officially gone into production. We are up. We are at it again. TMZ spotted Ariana Madix and Katie Maloney filming for season 11. They were doing some shopping for their new Something About Her store, or not store, sandwich shop. That's what we're calling it, right? That's not like offensive to say it's a sandwich shop because it's what we're not calling it a deli. It's a sandwich shop. It's a cute Something About Her sandwiches. Sandwich shop. So they were spotted doing some shopping because I guess opening is going to be the official, like their official storyline, bouncing back and coming back harder than ever as new single ladies. Well, I guess Ariana's not single because she has that Daniel guy, Daniel Wu, Daniel Y, Waiy, Way. Daniel, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm probably going to get dragged for that, but I'm sorry. Danny, whatever his name is, her new boo. I would love to see him on the show. Not really. I don't really want to see him on the show, to be honest, now that I think that through. I'm not. I want to see Ariana go on dates. I want to see her have a crush on some new guys, right? We don't need to see her fully in a new relationship already without even seeing the blossoming of that relationship. But so Ariana and Katie are officially in for season 11. Then Bravo and Cocktails shared some photos of Tom Schwartz, James Kennedy, Lisa Vanderpump, and Ken Todd all filming at Tom Tom Wednesday night as well. So it appears they're all back. There have been no sightings of any filming with Sheena, Lala, Tom Sandoval, or Raquel filming anything yet. It looks like Sheena, based off of her Instagram story, she was hanging out with Brittany. They went golfing the other night, which may be a hint that Sheena's considering leaving to the spinoff show. But I don't know. Like, that just doesn't sound like a very bright idea to leave to the spinoff show, unless the spinoff show is going to come and begin filming after this season of Vanderpump Rules. Maybe season 11 is the final season of this Vanderpump Rules, transitions to the OG show. That would actually be interesting, right? Since we know in Stassi's book, she revealed that season 8 was supposed to end and all of those veterans were supposed to wrap up their storylines there and move over to this Valley Rules spinoff. So it seems like they're trying to reinvigorate that. That would be interesting, right? If we get a shorter season 11 of Vanderpump Rules and maybe it transitions more into something about her. Well, no, because the original concept was it was supposed to come to focus back on Sir, which makes sense now why they brought in like Max and Dana and Danica and Brett, because they were supposed to carry Vanderpump Rules into its next era. So unclear what the situation is, but I would imagine maybe Vanderpump Rules season 11 is a shorter season. We wrap up everybody's storyline there, move those cast members over to this spinoff show, and that's where we bring back Jax and Kristen. Maybe not Stassi. I think it would be nice to see Stassi and Lala and Sheena and Jax and Kristen and all of them like together again. I can see that happening and them transitioning the cast off the same way they did for season 8. I think that would actually be a good concept. But based off of Sheena's Instagram story, she was hanging with Brittany, golfing, and then she was at home with Brock and Summer. So it's unclear and unlikely that she's begun filming just yet. Lala posted a selfie on her Instagram that she was like getting glammed or doing her makeup or something, saying that she's out of her comfort zone and trying to get her look right. So like maybe she's going on a date, maybe she's doing something, you know, I don't know if she's taping the show. She did post a few days ago a photo of some hair extensions saying she was getting ready for season 11. So I assume that she's back for season 11 as well. We just haven't actually seen her film anything yet. And then when it comes to Sandoval, he's actually off filming the new season of Fox's Special Forces. That was the show. He's shooting it right now in New Zealand. So that was the show that Portia Williams was on. They had on like Jamie Lee Spears, and it was like where they put these stars to like these really intense like special ops challenges to like really put them to the test physically and mentally. So he's filming that right now. Once he's wrapped with that, I assume he's going to come back to LA and begin filming the new season of Vanderpump Rules. Rocky Bang Bang has still not reportedly signed on for the new season. It has also been reported that her family doesn't want her to return to Vanderpump Rules. So we'll have to watch what happens and see what she ends up doing. I think the show can move forward without her, to be honest with you. If anything, all I really want from Rocky Bang Bang is I want a scene with Sandoval where we see where they're at today. And then I want a scene, most importantly, I want a scene with Sheena, where Sheena finally faces Raquel, because they didn't get to have that moment at the reunion. That's the only thing we didn't really get to see at the reunion. So I want to see them face off, and I want to see Sheena rip into Raquel a bit for not having her back. And then I also want to see Raquel finally apologize to Sheena. So if we do get Raquel back, I'm okay with it being in a limited capacity. We don't need her full time. Or if this is going to be the final season of this version of Vanderpump Rules, I'm cool with that. Bring her back for this so that we can wrap all of that off and send her and Sandy Balls off into the sunset. But I can see Vanderpump Rules moving forward with Ariana, Katie, Tom, and Tom, right? And Lisa. And maybe Vanderpump Rules moves into a show about the staff. Because I don't think Katie and Ariana would move on to the OG spinoff, right? Like they're not married and don't have kids, and it's not like they're trading in that life for bottle service. I also don't think Kristen Doute makes sense with this concept either. So that's not like a little bit of shade towards Katie and Ariana. I'm just saying I don't know how much sense it makes. I just love that you call her Rocky Rocky Bang Bang. Thank you. I love that I call her Rocky Rocky Bang Bang too. And Sandy Balls. Don't forget about Sandy Balls. Yes, get closure from that restraining order situation. Yes, I agree. No, lose the Toms. I mean, I actually kind of want, like, I know it's maybe strange, but I want to see Schwartz in that role of running the business and being like, Sandoval screwed us, and now I have to run this business. And I don't really know how I feel about running a business because I don't know what it takes to run a business. But if he just listens to Kim Kardashian, then I would say, get your ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days. Someone that was on your show last year spilled the tea that Up and Adam believed that you hit on Jason. She didn't believe it. Neither did I. Justice for you. Thank you, Megan. Can we do justice for Zack, please? I never in my fucking life, can we please set the record straight? Because I keep hearing things from other people. Can you share who you heard this from, Megan? I keep hearing this story from other people that are being told this, and I just want to set the record straight. I've never in my life hit on Adam or Jason. Like, I just want to clear that record because even though that hasn't necessarily been said publicly, it's been said to a lot of different creators behind the scenes, and I keep hearing that from other content creators and from other like people that have supported our tour last year. And I just like want to like end this fucking rumor that's being started by them. And I know this because I've heard this from several people several times, most recently in the month of June. Most recently this month, I've heard this from 3 different people, 3 different scenarios. And this is a story that still continues to get perpetuated as to what was the reason we had a falling out. It had nothing to do with that. I never tried to hit on anybody. Why would I? Like, it's so bizarre to me. I never even did any sort of any little anything. But thank you, Megan Sue 819. Oh wow, I can't even imagine you doing that. Everyone is attractive, but you don't give off the vibes. I literally don't even have sex with myself. You think I'm gonna hit on my best friend's man? Like, who am I? Rocky Rocky Bang Bang? I'm not some crazy psycho sociopath. And if that were the case, I would love to see the evidence. I would love to know when and where with timestamps and everything. I'm tired of this coming up. I'm just like this. I would like to be removed from this narrative. Please. Oh my God, I didn't hear that rumor because they're literally saying this, or I'm hearing about this from other content creators that are being told this in an attempt to like not have me collaborate with other people. Again, this is all hearsay. This is all speculation because these are just things that I'm hearing from different people, but different people that I don't think are connected and talking about this, but that are coming to me and talking to me about hearing this. And it's the same story. Don't worry, no one believes it. Thank you, Sarah. I'm just tired of like that being the narrative that's being spoken about. I'm so tired of this situation. Is it going to have 10 seasons and a spinoff? Let the mouse go. I agree. Let the mouse go. I get very insecure vibes from both of them. Sorry. Listen, that's their business is their business. I heard the same situation. See, thank you. These are things that are being said. You don't seem like a home wrecker. Listen, if I wanted to wreck somebody's home, I would come in like Miley Cyrus, like a wrecking ball, and I would wreck everything. Like either I go all in or I don't go in at all, you know? Not that I would ever do that, but I'm just saying, like, if I'm gonna wreck somebody's home, I'm not gonna like dance around. I'd be like, yeah, we fucked in Nashville. Like, when did it happen? During our threesome? Thank you. Also, I need Sheena to apologize to Katie. Oh, we did get that, Cynthia. We got the Katie apology. It was hinted strongly after the fallout. Have you heard anything from them after the whole? They hinted that? Where did they hint that, Tones? I've heard it from several other people. And first it was that I hit on Jason, and then it became a situation that I was hitting on Adam. And I was like, get your fucking story straight. If you're going to talk shit about me, like, at least have your story straight. Have your story straight. I promised them. Well, actually, Adam and I had brief. God, why am I? I knew better than to take the bait. I knew better. But now that I've taken the bait and now that we've gone there, last time we had any communication was in, I believe, February, March, April, whenever he did Sheena's show. And I was like, why are you going on Sheena's show and telling people that like we never had a falling out and you like me when like the last things I ever heard from you were like ridiculous and vile and mean. And you're like texting me on your wedding night randomly saying like, we're so happy, leave us alone. We got married today. I'm like, great. Why are you texting me on your fucking wedding night? Go fucking blow your husband. Sorry. This is what happens when things get held in and you can't talk about them for months and months and months on end. And then finally you reach your breaking point because you're tired of hearing the same fucking narrative over and over and over again. Um, what was the question? Oh, it was strongly hinted after the yes, yes, yes. Well, I don't know what was there were a lot of things that were strongly hinted. I also found out that they dug up financial information on me and like were threatening to release that information. I don't even know how they got that information. It's just so fucking crazy and twisted. I hate that this is live right now because I feel like this is going to come back to bite me in the ass. I'm at my wit's end with it because I keep hearing about it from other people that have been told not to collaborate with me out of loyalty. And I'm just like, that's bullshit. We don't pull that shit, you guys. Like, we don't tell other content creators not to collaborate with people. I've never told anybody not to collaborate with them. I hate that we're live right now and this is happening in real time, but whatever. Pussy's out of the bag at this point. It's insane. It's literally insane. Like the people that are closest to me that have watched me go through all of this, like know how insane it is. And I've kept my mouth shut for so long, but the fact that it keeps coming up drives me insane. Literally insane because I would never do this to any other type of content. One, I wouldn't hit on anybody else's partner, and two, I would never try to like hurt other people's reputations. But so anyway, the last conversation that we did have, I do feel kind of bad now bringing this all up because we haven't spoken on the phone, so I've never confirmed who I'm actually talking to. But the last thing we said is we would never speak about each other publicly because they kept telling me like, stop speaking about us, don't ever mention our name again ever, we want nothing to do with you. And I'm like, great, then leave me the fuck alone and stop lying about me to people behind my back. But so I said I would never talk about it again. And like, here it is, obviously, because it keeps getting perpetuated. I would never try to hurt other people, nor would I ever try to hurt anybody else's like business they work so hard to, you know, like build for themselves. Like I would never try to hurt anybody else's paycheck. I would never like first of all, the personal situation, trying to screw somebody else's man is one thing, but like I would never come after somebody else's job or paycheck. I would never tell other people not to collaborate with them. Like it's just that to me is like also so insane. And the number of content creators that have come to me and shared things with me with conversations that like it's insane. Literally insane. Okay, we can move on from this now. You're not a mistress, Zach. No, I'm not a mistress. I'm not a Rocky Bang Bang. It's okay. Sometimes you just got to get it off your chest. It's not easy having to take the high road. It's so annoying. I'm just annoyed with it. Do you think Allie will be a main cast member? I don't know. I think Allie will be similar to the situation that she was in last year. And possibly Christine. Oh, actually, I don't think Christine and Kelly will be back. Now that she's a mom, I think she's over it. You can't wreck something that's already wrecked, honey. Listen, whatever their relationship is their relationship. I prefer your branding presentation. Um, you're a pro at it. Listen, we all have different. It's like YouTube is Baskin Robbins, right? There are 31 flavors. Everybody brings something different and unique, and some people resonate with a certain type of content versus other type of content. And like, there's room and there's space for all of us. There's literally room and space for everyone. And like, there doesn't need to be this weird, crazy competition. And it also shouldn't come down to that with like people that want to support and watch all of us. Like, we don't need people to pick sides. We don't need people to choose. Like, that is literally like, I don't even want any of that. Like, if you resonate with somebody's content, then that's you. And I want you to enjoy that content. I'm sorry, Zach, don't let it stress you. If you know anything, you know the truth always comes out and liars get found out and maybe not. Listen, Lucy, I always show you who I am. And I always have. Even the messy sides of me, even like when I'm having a margarita on Instagram Live and being silly, which I was told I'm embarrassing on Instagram Live from them. They told me stop doing lives because I'm embarrassing. Listen, the vile thing, and I took a few cheap shots myself, but the vile things that have been said to me. I'm tired of holding it in, and I'm tired of protecting people that clearly have no interest in protecting me when they continue to try and tarnish my reputation to people behind the scenes, and I'm sick of the bullshit. I am. I'm staying neutral in this, babe, as you should. Listen, I'm venting. I'm having a moment. I shouldn't be having this moment. It's real and raw, and it's raw emotion. But I want you to stay neutral because, listen, if that floats your boat, then that floats your boat. Um, okay, should we get back to Vanderpump? What else from Vanderpump Rules should we discuss? It's said in a video. Hit me up. We can talk about it. I don't want to bring up old situations to heal old. Well, yeah, we'll talk about it all. Just DM me. Um, Speak your truth. Thank you. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I saw it on Twitter. He clearly drunk tweeted. I replied, "This is garbage. His insecurities are showing." It was deleted 15. What? He tweeted that? What did he tweet? I love that. Trust me, that happens all the time. I usually leave my tweets up. Just saying that. Even the messy ones. Sometimes I'll take them down if like somebody's like, "I was really hurt by that. Do you mind taking that down?" I'm like, "Of course. I never meant to hurt you." I love that that was tweeted though. I didn't see that. I've just, heard a lot of things. Schwartz and Sandy's is closed. There was a sign on the door today. They're renting it out. I mean, that's probably how they're going to make money. And that's probably the best way for them to, you know, keep it going. You make lives the most fun. I mean, listen, I have a little cocktail and I pop off. I let my inner give them la la out. Spill it. What was the tweet? Yeah, whoever mentioned the tweet, like now that you brought up the tweet, I want to know what the tweet actually said. If you have a screenshot of it, I like receipts because receipts have your back at the end of the day. Thank you, Michelle. I adore you guys so much. Spill it. It was good for you to get it out. I was just tired of holding it in. I believe they did that when the situation was brought up around the wine brand tanking. My wine, okay, okay. Let me clarify this, okay, about my wine line tanking. Here's the thing. You want the real scoop on the wine line? I have nothing to hide, okay? Even though I was also texted. See, this is the shit that I'm so tired of. Is it keeps coming up, and there are things that are said on lives, and there are things that are hinted. But then if I say even anything, and go back to all of the podcasts and all of the videos that I've put out there, I haven't dragged them at all, but I keep hearing about the subtle shade that they keep throwing at me, and I'm sick of the bullshit. You want to know what happened to the wine line? I'll be very clear with you with what happened to the wine line. It was a limited edition collaboration that was supposed to happen from June to August of 2021. It did so well that we continued to reproduce the wine line. We did a limited edition collection in the fall. It sold out. So then we decided to rebrand when we went on tour in 2022. And that's when we launched the white wine, because originally it was just the rosé. We launched the white wine, then we launched the we launched the rosé, and then we redesigned the cans and launched it with the white wine. Okay. Did that. Then we went into the holidays. And the holidays, because here's the thing, and I know this because I had conversations with my friend this person who I thought was my friend. I had conversations and I was like, it's so challenging when you have a business and you have the same product and you're constantly trying to get sales to keep pushing, right? Because people buy when there's a new launch, but you want to make sure that sales stay consistent, right? This was never supposed to be an end-all business. It was a limited edition collaboration with this brand, Elix. That's the name of the brand that I partnered with. They handled all the manufacturing and all the distribution because legally they were able to do that. I was the face. I did the designs. I did the marketing. I didn't personally design that, but like I would tell the designer, this is what I want. But anyway, my job was the creative and marketing and the sales. I had to actually go and sell the wine because my face was on the wine. Okay. It did so well that we kept reproducing because we kept selling out. Then last year, they live, rent out. Oh, that's Sports and Sandy's. Okay, so then last year we get into the holidays and I did a limited edition holiday collection, right? Sold out in less than 3 weeks. Okay, that happened. We were fully set to move into 2023 with a new rebrand, and we were going to expand. I wanted to expand with a red wine, and I wanted to do more limited edition collaborations with other content creators. I was talking to other people. I won't say who those other names were because I don't want to drag them into this, but there were collections and there were ideas and there were conversations that were happening, and we were going to do a rev share of all of that. It was all in the process of moving forward. Now, Elix did not only partner with me. They had other brands, Tana Mojo, Tana Mojo, Magoo. I don't know. She was one of them. There were other people, Daisy something. She was one of like other YouTubers and content creators also had collections with them. There were 4 of us that had limited edition collections that we launched with Elix, okay? Elix had its own separate business outside of our 4 collections. Ultimately, at the end of 2022, Elix decided that they were going to cease their operations, and they ended up filing for bankruptcy. Not because any of our individual line collections weren't selling, because as I just said, I had just done my own holiday collection, and that had sold out instantly. And they ended up accidentally producing more product than I originally agreed to. So the fact that we've been sold out of all of our inventory was impressive, and I was very happy about that. They ended up ceasing operations and filing for bankruptcy with whatever situation they were going through internally with their company. So when my manufacturer, my distributor, file for bankruptcy, not because of my sales, because my sales were doing fine, then I have to then put my wine line on pause. And at that point, I was also considering maybe switching to someone new, maybe a different distributor, maybe somebody else, a different manufacturer that can make bigger cans or different designs. Like I was always thinking of ways to continue to evolve the brand, because when the brand starts, when sales plummet, when there's a plateau, think about the Kardashians. Kylie always does a new lip kit. She always does a new eyeshadow kit. Why? Because when you launch something new, it keeps sales sustainable. That's what happens when you run a fucking business. Somebody that's never run a business doesn't know how a business runs. So when they take cheap shots at a business that I worked very hard to build and was successful at, and I'm in the process of finding new partners to relaunch that, that's what, listen, that happens in business. Shit happens. I'm living for tonight's rant. Thank you, Urkapai. But anyway, the wine line did not fail and it did not tank. The sales were good and the sales were sustainable. Anybody that like it's ridiculous, and I didn't want to reveal any of this information because I wanted to reveal this info when I had signed a deal with new partners and there was a new release set to come forward. But again, now I'm free to choose whether I want to do a rosé or a white wine or a red or bottles. I think I want to stick with cans. I think I want to pivot out of, I want to branch out the types of slogans that we do. There are a lot of things, and it takes time. Totally appreciate your transparency. Being on display for everyone to pick apart cannot be easy. No, and I put all my shit out there. I have nothing to I'm not embarrassed about the fact that the wine line has come to an end. I'm proud of the fact that it was only supposed to be a limited edition summer collection in June of 2021, and yet it went on for almost 2 years and it continued to sell out. That's what I'm more proud of. The wine line did not tank. It was more successful than I ever could have imagined, and I'm so grateful that everybody showed up and supported me, and that my friends showed up and supported me, and they shared it and they shared links, and you guys bought it. That to me meant so much, because I never even thought that I would have my own wine line. That was always something that I dreamed of, was having some sort of alcohol beverage line back when I first started the podcast back in 2015, and I was doing collaborations with other alcohol brands to promote their brands. So yeah. Didn't Bravo Lebs? Yeah, a lot of Bravo Lebs liked it. Erica Jane promoted it on her Instagram stories and tagged me. Cameron Westcott promoted it on her Instagram. Sheena Shea promoted it on her Instagram. Meredith Marks promoted it on her Instagram. Like, I'm sorry, launch a fucking product, an actual real product, and have people endorse it the way I got that wine line endorsed, not from paid ads, but from genuine love and support. When you've done that and you've been successful, then come for my fucking business. Until then, piss off. Did you have a Moscato in your line? I did not have a Moscato. It was a sparkling white wine, but it was good. Oh, shit happens. It's where you started. You'll move upwards at this point. Thank you, Julie. I believe that. I truly do. Oh, my goodness. Wait, what? Okay. You guys got to stop the trash talk and let the boys talk about the shit he knows so we can catch up on the gossip. You don't have... let it go. They are winning if you are upset. I wouldn't say that they're winning if I'm upset. Listen, all I can do is be who I am. And all I can do is operate off of real, raw emotion and be open and honest and transparent with who I am. And I'm going to have messy moments, and I'm going to have real, raw, emotional moments. And that's part of the brand that I've built, right? I have a show and it's called #NoFilter, because there's never been a filter. Whether it was the news that I delivered, whether it was an interview that I was conducting, or whether the parts about my personal life, there was never a filter to it, ever. I always open up, and I'm always, whether it was going through a heartbreak or going through a grieving process or going through struggles within my business, with my wine line, with the podcast, with numbers, with sales, whatever it is. I've never hid any of that. I've always been transparent. And that was the brand that I wanted to build from day one. I'm not going to come up here and be some fake Ryan Seacrest and try to pretend like I'm, somebody that I'm not, because I'm going to always show you exactly who I am. And if you appreciate that, great. And if you don't appreciate that, that's fine. There are plenty of other content creators that you can go and support, because we all get up and we put ourselves out there and we put our face on camera and we put our names out there and we allow ourselves to get picked apart and beaten up on Twitter and in the comments constantly. And that's not an easy thing to do, but we do it because we love it, right? And we enjoy it. And you guys support us and you show up for us time after time. And for that reason, we will continue to put our hearts out there, and we will continue to put content out there that you enjoy. If you do not enjoy my content, I promise you I'm not offended by it. I know that there are so many other great, incredible, talented creators that deserve your love and support. If you cannot support me, that is okay. The love and support that I do get, I very much appreciate. This podcast for tomorrow may bring in a lot of new listeners. Savings. You have the right to feel all of your emotions. I've held my emotions in, and I'm tired of having to hold my emotions in, because that's not who I am. And it's not true to the integrity that I have in my content. Ugh. All right. Christina Kelly isn't coming back, especially after her recent comments about Vanderpump Rules. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that Christina Kelly is coming back. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I'm seeing all your really sweet comments, and I really do appreciate that. Listen, you guys show up for me week after week, and I could not ever have predicted that I would have the amount of love and support that I do. Even just doing the live shows, right? I was so scared to do the live shows on my own this year. Obviously, I, had the Bra Bros. I always wanted to make sure that if I ever did live shows, they were collaborative. And that's why all of last year's shows had different content creators in it. And I was like, if I do more shows this year, then it has to be with other content creators, because we lift each other up, right? We support each other. And the fact that people like the fact that we filled the room in Philly and then filled the room in LA, and we're gonna fill the room in New York in July, like, it's incredible. This calls for a drink. Who's with me? I have it right here, and I haven't even sipped on it. And woo woo. Here we go. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Not embarrassing. You say the truth. Have the moment. Thank you. I appreciate that, you guys. I appreciate you guys letting me have a messy moment right now. I'm pretty sure I'll hear about it tomorrow. I usually do. But listen, I know they've also told people that they've sent me cease and desist letters. That's not true. I've never received I've received cease and desist in the past. I've never received one from them, probably because up until tonight's live, I've never said anything that needed to have a cease and desist. I'm pretty sure that now there are probably grounds for me to cease and desist, but um, yeah, we shall see. You should not have to hold your emotions. Thank you, Christina. I've been saying my last no filter rosé, going to open it now. Aw, I have mine. I have one rosé and I have one white wine left, because I gifted whatever last ones that I had. Um, but I have one rosé and one white wine that hasn't opened yet. I'm sad we never got to launch the red wine, but listen, I have faith that at some point, it's been on the back burner because I've been doing the live shows, and it's a lot. I do all of that on my own. I don't have a manager. I don't have an agent. I don't have an assistant. I've had representation in the past. I do not have any representation currently, because I'm just the type of person that's like, I can do it. I got it. I'm all on my own. I can handle everything. And now I'm at the point I'm like, okay, maybe I should reconsider bringing a team back on board. But so when I do the live shows, note that every detail of that I've planned and approved and, paid for. And so, it's a lot of work. So the wine has kind of fallen off on the back burner. Okay. What other closing thoughts do you have? I think they did it because your YouTube wars and Twitter wars make people watch clickbait. That's the truth. Truth guy like Jeff Lewis, obsessed truth women love to trust. Thank you, Susanna. What's it called? I'll buy it. Like I said, guys, it's currently it's we're gonna say that it's on pause. Oh my god, there's so many comments that I missed. I apologize. I apologize. Um, Okay. Had one with your son, Suzanne from North Carolina. Hi, Suzanne from North Carolina. Well, tonight turned spicy. I mean, listen, that's one thing you can always count on with me is that there's always probably gonna be a little bit of spice that's gonna come with it. I don't think you hit on Jason, but Adam is a hottie. I mean, listen, you can be into Adam. I mean, he has a husband now. I will never watch and unsubscribe and block. Listen, I'm not asking you to do that. I don't want you to do that. I want to be very, very clear. I'm not trying. I'm sharing my honest emotions and my honest experience. Um, yeah. And listen, I have to take accountability in some of it as well, right? I was hurt and I took some cheap shots and I also said some things that I probably shouldn't have said because I knew that it would hit the sore spots, right? It would push the button. So I also, there are things that I wish I could have taken back when things got contentious and things that I wish I didn't say that I wish, I could have done better in and would have been better in. I feel like I dialed back as time kind of went on. I was like, I'm not going to continue to engage in this, but I definitely had some messy moments myself. But I never tried to fuck anybody's husband. I never came for anybody's business, and I never tried to tarnish anybody's reputation or make anybody pick sides. Those are four things that I can confidently say I never did. Oh yeah. Got that. It feels so good to get things off your chest. Oh my god, I feel like I had an orgasm. Which I don't have very much of these days. I'm a busy bitch. Um, some idiot online asked if I was a man or a woman. I told the piece of crap to suck my tampon and figure it out later. I love the feisty vibe. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Your replay crew loves you. Thank you, Christine. Well, we're live right now, so we're not in the replay crew just yet, but I appreciate you, Christina. I love you, Aaron. I love you, Aaron. I love you, love you, love you. Guys, and please, we don't need to post negative comments about anybody else. I never like to, you know, encourage that. But you're damn right. I'm going to get some stuff off my chest. Everything you share is always anchored by how you love and care about your parents and siblings. I appreciate that. I do love my family very much. Self-care, Zach. Totally get yourself off. Everyone should and should not be ashamed. I'm not ashamed of getting myself out. I just haven't done it in a while. Um, I enjoy watching Up and Adam, but I really hate where your relationship is. It's hard when it's 2 against 1 as well as when you have Jason in the mix. Listen, Mallory, and I'm not telling anybody not to watch their content. I can't stress that enough. If you enjoy them, continue to enjoy them. My experience with them is in no way, reflective of your experience with them. And if you enjoy their content and you find them entertaining, then by all means continue to be entertained by them. Yeah. Giving little jabs to someone when mad to each other is a whole different thing than just going against someone's business. It is shameful to try and ruin someone's hard work. I agree. Zach, any dates since you turned 30? We need an after party. No dates since that. Why even do an after party? We're live right now. Let's let this, since I've already popped off, we'll just let this be the after party. Any dates since I've turned no, no dates since honestly, and Dub, I've not gone on a real date since I will go in his comments and promote your show. Don't do that, Michelle. We don't need to do that. Listen, whoever is gonna find me and whoever is meant to find my content and resonate with it will find my content and resonate with it. I don't need to try to take anybody else's supporters, right? Those are their supporters and they worked very hard for that. And yeah. I've not had a real date since last August. I will say that. That was the last time I went like on a real official date. And since August, there's only been one guy that has come into my life that I was interested in. And we were exploring that for a minute and we've settled into a really good friendship. And I think that's all it needs to be at this point. Um, Zach, if we choose to take sides, it's our choice because we don't like ugly. Listen, and do what resonates with you. I'm just saying my intention is not to make people feel pressure to take any sides in all of this. That's not my intention. I really see you with Josh Flagg. I mean, listen, I would totally go on a date with Josh Flagg. I'm just not in the headspace. Zach, are you coming back to Philly anytime soon? Not anytime soon. Maybe. I mean, I had a great time in Philly. You never know. We'll see. But as of right now, there are no plans. Me and Josh Flagg, I would love to go on a date with Josh Flagg. I think Josh Flagg is such a cutie. I hear he's single now. So if anybody wants to have him slide into my DMs are open. Hi, Darlene. I love you, Zach. Love you being honest and spicy. Let it all out. And the powers that be can call me if they get upset. I'll set them straight. Thank you. Catching up, but here for you. You're great at what you do and so genuine. Love your opinion. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Even if unpopular, and I appreciate your content, singing and getting all things across in a concise but fun manner. I try. I try. Zach, I want you to go on a date with Anthrophyte. Oh, the he does the cards, right, on YouTube? I've seen his content. I think I've reached out to him and asked him to do a collab, but I didn't hear back. I should follow up on that, though. Jesus take the wheel. Distasteful, dreadful. This smells like capitalism for Jax, Brittany, and Kristen. Yeah, I feel like Bravo's really trying to milk it. Need a Josh Flagg collab. Listen, Josh Flagg used to tape his podcast out of the same studio I used to tape my podcast out of, that I still occasionally will tape my podcast out of. So maybe I'll be like, hey, Josh, want to come on my podcast? How is the puppy? Karen, he is great. He's chewing on his little chewy right here, his bone. Wow, he is devouring that. But he's good. He's getting so big. He's 4.5 months now, almost 5 months. Oy, oy, oy. He was having a bit of a rough week. He was having tummy issues, and now he's like scratching and like gnawing on his skin a lot. So I'm like, oh, what is going on? It's not fleas. So I've already booked an appointment with the vet. We'll see what happens. How does Mercedes know Josh? Oh, yes. MJ does know Josh. I should text her and be like, hey, girlfriend, is Josh single? Do you want to like see if he wants to go out with me? I don't know. I know this is weird and I'm not fishing for compliments. So please don't give me any compliments. But I'm like in a weird headspace lately where I just like don't feel attractive to like other people, you know? I'm just like, I don't know. I don't think like I literally like go to events and stuff all the time and people are like, oh my God, that person's checking you out. I'm like, no, they're not. Like, that's weird. They like, why would they be into me? So I just like have been in like this weird head and emotional space that I hope I can move out of at some point. But that's just kind of where I've been. Um, yeah, I love a successful businessman. I do too. I love a successful businessman. You always kept it quiet and didn't throw shade until recently, even with it being slung a lot on the other end. I do still watch Anchor Watch though. I listen, I don't watch Below Deck, but I know people love the show and I know they love Anchor Watch. So cheers to Jason and Josh. Stop your yummy. Again, I'm not fishing for compliments, guys. Listen, it's the insecurity that I have to work with in my head. I was able to kind of like relate to Ariana when she was telling Raquel, she's like talking about her like body insecurities and talking about like her bingo arms, and everyone's like, Ariana's so hot. And yeah, I related to that. What about Josh from Louisiana? You two would make a cute couple. Okay, Russ, let me actually address Josh from Louisiana. Josh, I love and adore Josh. I really, really do. And he's become a very good friend of mine. Um, and listen, right now I love friends and I enjoy friends. And so Josh and I are not dating. Um, we are good friends and I love hanging out with him and he is a really, really great guy. And so, yeah, you two would make a cute couple. I mean, I'm not dating right now. Like, I'm just not even in that headspace. Um, I don't know. I'm in a weird funk. Dirty 30s, get into it, Zach. I'm with you, Michelle. Let's get into it. Can someone catch us up? What did Adam say? Listen, you're gonna have to watch the rebroadcast because I ain't getting into it again. I'm sorry. I can't. It literally, my head and my heart can't anymore. You know, I've taken it on too much for too long. Yes, you need a Louisiana man. Do I need a Southern guy? I feel like Southern guy like, it's so weird to, like, pair with a Southern guy, though, because, like, I'm such, like, city trash. Like, I was raised in the streets in LA that, like, you know, it's when you're not looking, it will find you. I'm definitely not looking, and I don't know if it's found me. Um I don't get sick of hearing I'm beautiful constantly, but I have low self-esteem sometimes. You're gorgeous. Thank you, Natasha. It's good to take some time to focus on you. That's all I can do right now. I have a puppy, I have a career, I have a family that I love and adore. And so right now, you are so LA. I'm so LA. I'm such an LA bitch, you know? Maybe you should cut the rebroadcast to where you stopped talking about Vanderpump Rules. Why would I do that? Then what's the fun in that? Listen, if I'm gonna have a messy pop-up, I'm not the type of bitch that takes down content because I'm embarrassed by it, because I don't have anything that I'm embarrassed by. Even when people film me without my consent when we're out at bars and I think we're having a good time and we're having fun, and then you wanna weaponize that later against me. I have nothing to hide, baby. Um California boys, they're unforgettable. California boys, they're unforgettable. Daisy Dukes bikinis on top. If anyone went to Pride, they'll see the Cali boys definitely wore Daisy Dukes with bikinis on top. Um, okay. Look at Bethany. She went through it and found Prince Charming. Oh, that actually makes me happy because Bethany did really go through it and did find her Prince Charming, and she didn't have to fuck anybody's husband in the process. So I have faith in that. Yeah. Or somebody I saw on Instagram today, somebody posted like this meme. I don't remember what account, so I'm sorry for not giving credit. It's probably like your therapist, the one of the therapist ones. And they were like, look at Kourtney Kardashian. She's in her 40s, she's pregnant, and she just married the love of her life. And she's literally in her 40s, so don't give up. And I was like, great, great, love it. Can't wait till I'm 40 and I find the love of my life. I will say this, Femtaro. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Femtaro, but we just started collaborating, and I think I want to have her on my YouTube channel more. And I am sad that we didn't get to collaborate more prior. However, she just did a reading. She reached out to me and she's like, listen, I love you. I love your energy. Let me do a reading. And I was like, yes, of course, let's do a reading. And then I had her on my podcast. Maybe we'll do like a live with Femtara where she like reads and answers and like is I don't know. I don't want to like abuse people's gifts, but she did give me a really good reading, and she told me that there will be somebody that I have to kind of be on guard. I might fall for someone this year and it's going to be great, but then, you know, it might not work out. But then next year is the year that like the real person might be coming in. You need Allie to do a reading. Allie is in James's girlfriend. Allie, does she do readings? Hey, just starting the live, and I just wanted to say I'm actually enjoying Stars on Mars, especially Portia. I'm enjoying Stars on Mars too. I think this is your time to build your brand and yourself. The rest will flow. I agree. I'm focusing on me. Zach, get Allie to do your astrology chart. Like James's girlfriend, Allie, she does astrology charts. I know Zachary Reality, who's really good friends with Allie. If that's the case, then I'll be like, hey, can you get Allie to like read my chart, read my chakras, read my aura? Last time I got my cards read, I ended up crying. I'm scared. Oh, wouldn't that be fun to have Fem Tarot come on the YouTube channel and make me cry? Oh, I loved being single. Of course, I love being in a relationship right now, but being single was fab. Enjoy your happiness. Yeah. Like I love being single. I loved being on my own. And it was really hard being on your own, but then I got my puppy a couple months ago and I'm like, "Oh, this has changed my life a lot." Um And it has, and I think, you know, changes come, but, like, it happens when it's meant to happen. I think that was the first step of me letting go of some of my independence. I'm still independent, but, you know, hopefully your cards are positive. Oh, well, thank you, Natasha. I love a reading too. Ellie does astrology reading. She did mine, and she's very knowledgeable and has a therapeutic voice. Maybe I need to set that collab up. I think I'll text Zachary Reality tonight and be like, "Hey, fur daddy." I'm not a fur daddy. I'm a fur dilf. That's what I'm a DILF. We wanna know your moon and rising signs. I don't know them. I know I'm a Gemini. I love eggplant. Who's Debbie? In Debbie voice. Who's Debbie? Carry some rose quartz and keep some roses around. Meditate on peace and bridging someone else's peaceful energy. Love the witch in the house. Okay. I trust you, flying monkey totes. Um, but I'm like, do I wanna carry rose quartz around? Like, am I looking for love? Like, am I actively Femme Tarot seems to think that, like, I'm open and ready for love, and I don't know if I'm like, but I'm scared." Are you watching Real Houses of Atlanta? I've been dabbling into it, and it's been good. From The Amanda Show. Oh, The Amanda Show, Tones. I forgot about that. Oh, didn't Amanda Bynes just get, like, hospitalized again? I just saw that. Poor baby. She's been through it. Know your time of birth before reading. Yes, I was born at 2:35 in the afternoon. So, yeah. I live with just me and my kid. No, man, I love being on my own, but it can be expensive. But I can be expensive. I believe you, Texas Phoenix. I believe you can be expensive. I wanna have a baby on my own. I wanna have a baby, and I don't mind doing it on my own. I would absolutely do it on my own. This really does feel like an after party. I feel like we've gotten so far off track and it's gotten so personal and I've like popped off and done all the things. Like this definitely feels like an after party vibe when we do after parties. Mm. How many F's do I give? How many F's do I give? 0, 0, none, not one. 0, 0, done. Such a good rant on your current peeves. I too have heard the Adam and Jason rumors and shade. Not nice. I'm very curious as to wait, did we whoever said the tweet, did we find out what the tweet said? Can somebody tell me what the tweet actually said? I would love to know what the tweet said. Send it to Daryl. Two diffs and two dilfs and a podcast. Ooh, I love that. Are you going to watch the new Roni? I mean, I'll give it a try, but I'm gonna go in just like research wise. Maybe I'll like it. I still don't think it should be called Roni, but maybe I'll like it. Yeah, I'm dying. I am dying. Send the tweet. Yeah, what did the tweet say? Can somebody tell me what the tweet said? What stories have you heard? I would love to like build this because they seem to think that I'm like doing all of this like crazy shady shit behind the scenes. I'm like, I'm literally not. I got a chart and a big book about me at the exact time I was born. I love that. Why has nobody commented that Dolores got quiet in case Louis threatens her? Oh, you think Louis threatened Dolores? No, I don't know. That's weird. I think she just wants to keep the peace, right? She's like, Teresa's happy. I DM'd it. I said that later. Oh, you DM'd the oh, did you DM it? Did you DM it to my personal account or to the podcast account? I feel like I need to read my DMs now. Send it to Daryl. It's funny. So many. Oh, here we go. What did the tweet say? Ooh, ooh. Okay. Okay, I found out on Twitter. He tweeted on February 22nd, his tweet deleted and no screenshot. But I have my reply. I felt like drunk tweeting. He wished you well and said that you can't have his man, even though you tried to sleep with him and told you to get your own man and a life and leave them alone and don't text them or talk to them again. My reply was, you sound bitter AF. If you wish him well, why even tweet that? Wow. I never try to hit on his man. I will literally read you our text message thread and be then now you can really send me a cease and desist because I will show you everything. I'll show you even the nasty shit I said to them. Like I have nothing to hide at this point. I can't believe he tweeted that. That I tried to come first. Like I want to know where that even originated from because we've never even had a conversation about that. There's never been a conversation that we had about me trying to do anything with his man ever. And here's the thing, Jason and I have never even been physically together alone in any sort of room where I would be able to make an advance like that. Like we've only been together physically, like in the same space, like on 4 different occasions, prepping for the show in LA, the LA show, the Nashville show, the New York show. Those are the only times where I could have ever done that. Ever. And there was never an opportunity where we were ever alone together. I love it. Tweeted on February 22nd. That was around the time of the Sheena podcast. That was when I released the text messages. Right? When was the Sheena podcast? When did Adam go on Sheena's podcast? Let's look this up. You guys have got me on a good one tonight. Dun, 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 dun. Shenanigans with Sheena Shea. But when I want to say it was around that time. February 10th is when Sheena's podcast dropped. with Adam. So I must have tweeted my screenshots of his text messages to me, the nasty, vile messages he sent to me when I was like, really, you wish me well, but yet you're sending me this nasty, vile shit. Interesting. Send it to Daryl. Thursday Live turned into a deep dive. Tell me about it. I can't believe Jason is the one they tried to start the rumor. That's what I said, Mallory. I was like, Adam and I have hung out a lot individually. That like, if you were gonna make an accusation about that, it would make more sense you would try to say that I tried to hit on Adam. Not that I would be attracted to Adam, but like at least there were times where we were physically not like we were physically together that like nobody else was around because we would like go to dinner or whatever that you can say, oh, because then it would be my word against his. And I'm like, at that point, then yeah, you can get away with something like that. And then last that I heard from 2 other content creators recently is that they said that it wasn't Jason, that it was actually Adam that I tried to hit on. But I like that now we know that the tweet was out there and somebody remembered the tweet and we can see that the tweet came from Adam's account because I have the text messages where Adam said, if you ever speak negatively about me, I will tell people you tried to sleep with my man. And I was like, that literally never happened. And he never showed me any evidence or any proof or literally anything. And here's the thing, I don't need to send a screenshot. I will pull my phone up and be like, here is the contact, here's the messages, here you go, scroll, scroll, scroll. There's nothing fake here. I love this. Thank you, everyone, for creating this environment for Zack to go up. It doesn't take a lot for me to go off. Send it to Daryl. Oh, this is my first after party. It's not even an after party. This is literally the show. We're broadcasting it live. Yikes. It all lines up. It all lines up. It all lines up. Did you think Jason just made it up and told Adam? I don't know. I don't know if Adam knows that this is a lie or he genuinely believes this. I literally do not know. I literally have no clue. I have no idea. The first time I ever heard about this is somebody else called me and they came to me and they said, hey, so I've heard Adam and Jason's side of things. I'm curious as to what your side is and why you feel the need to insert yourself into their relationship. And I was like, their side of things, my like, what do you mean my side of like, what are you even talking about? And they're like, yeah, I was on the phone with them and these are the things that they said. And they said that you've been actively trying to break up their relationship and then you hit on Jason. And then Jason said that rather than having this conversation, something about like Jason's like, I would never screw him. I would rather fuck a tree or something weird like that. And I was like, literally, what? And they're like, what's your side? And I was like, I didn't even know we had sides in this, but my side is it never happened. Or the cops' spouse to come barge in through the door at some point. Probably. I'm waiting. Yeah, I literally don't know where that rumor came from or how it started. I just know I heard about it from somebody else and they're like, this is what we're being told. Me and another person were told this story. And I was like, that's not a real story because this is the first time I'm hearing about the story and I'm apparently the home record that was in the middle of it. Maybe Jason said something when he was drunk, like he's in love with you or something. I don't think Jason's in love with me. Why are they so obsessed with you? I don't think they're obsessed with me. No offense, but Adam is hotter than Jason, in my opinion. Irrelevant, but true. I mean, irrelevant. Yes. True. I would say that's subjective, like an adult Zack that you are. Mr. Eyebrows, girl. Who's Mr. Eyebrows? Why do they keep talking about you? It's been months. Good question. I keep hearing about it from other people. And now that other people are commenting about it in my live chat, which it's all there, you can see I did not bring this up unprovoked. I brought it up because I'm tired of hearing about it and people kept commenting on it. No offense. Oh, maybe Jason said something when he was drunk. I don't think so. I don't think Jason's into me. I really don't believe that. I believe that. I mean, listen, there are other rumors. I'm not gonna go there. Not gonna go there. But I will say, like, I never thought that there was a vibe there. I never thought any of that. Like, I literally never, like, that never even crossed my mind. Is Sky just laying off to the side listening to all the tea? I mean, he was chewing on his bone and he's drinking some water and now he like walked out of the room. He's like, I'm sick of this bullshit. It's always odd to me that people just make stuff up, but they do. It's well, again, show me the receipts. I want to see where I sucked his dick. Show me the video. I want to see where I said, hey, I'll suck your dick. Show me that text message. I want to know where all of that is. Zack said, watch out, Rocky, Rocky, bang, bang. I know. Hold my beer. They're talking. What? They're talking about you, but it gets them followers. It's a money thing, not a morality thing. But here's the thing. Adam said, like, I literally got a text message from him where he was just like, I'm surprised. Like, why do you keep talking about us on your podcast? Which I wasn't consistently talking about them on. This is the longest I've ever talked about them on my podcast. But he like was like, I'm surprised that after 7 years of having a podcast that Jason and I are the best content that you've ever had. And I'm like, literally, what are you talking about? Got IG banned last time on your live because I called Raquel the H word. Okay, well, don't call people the H words. Even if they are the H words, don't call them the H words. You know, they say the ones that show you the least are the ones that have the most to hide. I literally have nothing to hide. You've seen me dance naked in my shower on my Instagram stories. I'm totally shocked. Zack and Adam seem like sweet guys, as does that. I thought that they were sweet guys too. I thought they were my friends too. I didn't think that they would ever, you know. Oh, and Adam's all stay away from my man. Nobody's trying to get your man, homie. Like, your man is your man. That is yours. There's a ring on it now, apparently. Live your best life. Go do you. That's your man. Live it up with your man. They always drag 2 T's for ratings. That's interesting. That's interesting because he was always DMing with Tamara. When people hear what Adam said about you, he will lose viewers. I mean, listen, that's not my intention. It just happens to be happening. I don't think that they're doing this for attention though. Like, does that even draw ratings to them to like talk about me? Like, I don't even think I'm that relevant. Everyone's gonna be on late night Twitter watch. Oh, and the live is having issues. Adam sent the cops. Oh. Listen, nothing surprises me these days. But I've never received a cease and desist because I keep hearing that they're telling people that they sent me a cease and desist and that they were gonna have to send me a second cease and desist. And I'm like, I've literally never received one cease and desist. If like send it to Daryl, literally. Probably because their Mickey Mouse lawyer knows better than to send me anything because there was nothing for me to cease and desist. Again, after tonight's live, I probably may get a cease and desist. But you also don't send people multiple cease and desist letters. Like, that's not a thing either. You send a cease and desist, and the cease and desist is saying, hey, cease and desist from this action, or else I will sue you. And then if you don't cease and desist, then the lawsuit comes. Finally, a ring, but he kept saying for tax purposes, which I found weird to mention continuously. Oh, he said that publicly that he only married him for tax purposes? I mean, if he said it publicly, then now it's out there. Okay, guys, you need to stop baiting me, right? Because I like literally cyst and deceased. Oh my god. I feel like it's a popularity contest at this point. About what? I literally have no competition with people. Exactly. Send it to Daryl. They said it jokingly. Oh, they said it jokingly. Okay, well, if they said it jokingly, I've heard that joke a bit. Yes, everyone will be on social media watching, take screenshots so we can discuss this again. I mean, they probably knowing that people are going to screenshot, they probably won't send anything. Did you notice how much Adam imitates you? He tries. You are so much fun. Listen, I haven't really watched any of their content lately. Um, so I don't think he imitates me. Why would he imitate me? No cease and desist because they spoke about you and you stayed quiet. I didn't know that they were still speaking about me publicly. I just know what they were telling people behind the scenes. Okay, I should probably get off the live now before we've already been live for an hour, over an hour, and I'm like, I've said way too much. Send it to Daryl. It is what it is. Thank you guys. Jason made multiple comments on or jokes about it, but is it really a joke if after you've said it 10 times? I mean, I didn't laugh when I heard that joke many months ago, several times. You were featured on Vanderpump Rules twice. Adam wishes He was the best content that you have. Listen, low-key shade. Where's the low-key shade? Did I give low-key shade? Kisses from Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City. Your secrets are safe with me. Thank you, Shell Bells. I'm glad that I'm in a safe space with everybody right now. Okay. Should we wrap this up? I'm meeting my friend Sabrina for dinner. Hey, Sky, do you want to say hi to everybody now that I've popped off? I think we should close that with some cute content. Hey, buddy, come here. Baby shark. Come here, buddy. I want to say hi to everybody on I'm saying about the married for legal purposes. If they're still Adam and Jason desperately need lives, if they're still dragging this on. Yeah. Sweet dreams tonight. Thank you guys. I love that. When are we getting tea on New York guest list? I'm not going to reveal who the guests we have for New York are because I don't want another cock block. So I think you and Adam had a really good thing going with your spilling tea, and Jason was jealous and intervened with cheating rumors. Listen, we did have a very good thing going. Oh, actually, do you want to get into that, Mallory? Because we haven't talked about that. We did have a very good thing going. And now we're really going to get into the tea, Mallory. Now that you brought that up, let's go there. Send it to Daryl. We did have a very good thing, so much so that we were offered or we were in negotiations to have our own show. And it was going to be a morning show that we would tape first thing in the morning, and then it would air it as a podcast shortly after, right? And so it was the concept that came from the Spilling Tea Live concept. And I know that because, okay, what can I legally say? We were in talks to have that show. We started negotiations in April after the LA show. I got a call and I was like, "Oh, you're interested in me. Here's this concept of this live show. Like maybe we can build something out of this." We built out an entire pitch with segments and different ideas and everything that we were going to do, right? Then we were in negotiations from April to July, maybe. And we were going back and forth. We were taking meetings. We were negotiating money. We were negotiating terms. There was a possibility about someone moving to LA to come and tape the show because the studios were here in LA. And so we made it to the very end. Lawyers were drafting up the final contracts. And then at the very last minute, I got a text message from Adam saying, "Hey, I just spoke to so-and-so at the network and I've decided to pull out of the deal. And I've decided that I'm going to launch a podcast with Jason instead," in a text message after he had already pulled out of the deal. And I was like, that for me was where the friendship, I was like, okay, internally, I was like, okay, I don't think our friendship is what I thought that it was. And that's where for me, I was like, okay, I think I'm done here. You know, if you can speak on it, was Jason the reason why someone pulled out? I don't know because I never had a real conversation or explanation about that. There were things about like the terms weren't good and it wasn't a good contract and da 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 da. I can tell you the contract was one of the best contracts that I had seen because they were still allowing us to fully have control over our own shows and do our own shows. Literally, I was still able to do No Filter completely. He was still able to do Up and Adam completely with no restrictions, right? We were still able to do this new show with us together because that was a new original concept with us together. And then we were still able to do our own things. So this was literally just additional money, additional opportunity, a brand new big fucking network. And it was great. And I was like, this is a great deal. And then he started to nitpick some of the terms. And I was like, these aren't like outlandish terms. Like these are pretty industry standard. But what they're offering us is big, right? Literally big. At the last minute, again, as the lawyers are drafting up the final contracts, is when the deal got pulled out. There was like a trial period where they wanted to test out our range and they wanted us to talk about different topics just to see, and they wanted to separate us and see us individually to see if we were able to do certain things, right? To see if we were able to talk about anything and be able to hold airtime and all of that stuff. So there were certain things that they wanted us to do as like a test period. And I was totally cool doing the test period. I'm like, tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it because I knew the test period was temporary and I was thinking long-term big game, right? pulls out of the deal, sends me a text message, won't get on the phone and talk to me about it. And then I just heard from other people that they were saying that the terms of the deal were really bad. I've been in this industry a very long time. I know the podcast world. Those were not bad terms. What do? They go and launch their own independent podcast and then cancel it in 3 months. It was bizarre to me. It was literally bizarre. I'm sorry, Zach. That shit, I totally felt that was what happened. They wanted to pivot on their own, but they should. Here's the thing: you also don't launch your own podcast on a whim. That had to have been a conversation that they had been having, and I later found this out that those were conversations that were being having, unbeknownst to me, to sell this other podcast. That was where I was like, that feels like a double betrayal now. And I think they were bothered that I didn't promote their podcast when it launched. But I was just like, how can I? This was done disingenuously and it was done like so shady that it like hurt me to my core because I was like, I thought you guys were my friends and this was like really shady. You pull out of this deal, fucks me over because now I don't have a deal with them and you had this backup podcast that you were working on behind my back. That was what was so hurtful to me. And also, we built this other brand based off of this tour and told people that we were going to do more live shows. And then all of a sudden, you're going to do a bait and switch. It's just, it was wild to me. It was truly, truly wild. And we never really, we've to this day have never had a conversation about it. We've never talked through it at all. Literally at all. Maybe Jason was jealous of your closeness in the past. Listen, I don't know. I know that that was something that I was hyper aware of, and I was like, I never want him to feel left out because I don't like I would never like I understand, the optics of that, right? And so I would never want him to feel left out. So I always made sure like we should ask Jason's opinion. We should get him in this. What does he think about this? And blah 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 blah. I was always the one trying to actively keep Jason involved, not because I was trying to fuck him, but I was like, that's your man. That's your life partner. Like that's who should be having these conversations with you? I think the show would have been great and I think our dynamic and our chemistry with Adam, I think it would have been so good and it would have done so well and it would have really helped take us in our individual careers to the next level. Says that it didn't happen, it probably would have been good. I think it would have been great as well. I really do. Do something with Sheena. I've been on Sheena's podcast. She's been on my podcast. I love them. I like Jason and Adam's collab on Up and Adam, but I knew it was some sort of jealousy with you and Adam had going. I have no jealousy. I literally have no jealousy. I'm not jealous of him. I want to see him be successful. I know how hard he worked to build that YouTube channel. I have no jealousy that like I would never, if anything, I wanted to help him as much as I possibly could because I started a long time ago and it took me a long time to build the numbers that I have now. And like I put in a lot of that work, but like it was through a lot of trial and error before podcasting was a thing, before the way we YouTube live stream was a thing, like before any of this was what it is now. And we have, guides and PDF downloads and series where you can watch and learn how to hack the algorithms and all that stuff. I was figuring this stuff out for years. And so I always want to help other people because I know how hard it is, when you're at it. Dude, Adam is going to hear about this right after this. This is our new scandal. Everyone be ready. I'm ready. I can't wait. I mean, listen, at this point, I've been through it for so many months and I've been in it for so long that I'm just like exhausted with it. It is what it is. You both need to talk this through. Be wise. I agree with you. I've tried. I've tried many times to talk through it. Again, I can go into a conversation and I can have accountability for my side of things. I don't know if that would be returned, but yeah. And then lies come out about you hitting on Jason to try and cover up the bullshit of the deal. Shady. Thank you. Thank you. It's like, really, that's what we're turning. That's why when I got the call about what's your side of things, and I was like, what do you mean, what's my side of things? My side of things, I was going into a deal with my friend that I thought was actually my friend and was going to work through this. And I thought my friend was going to have conversations with me if they were having doubts and like, we're pulling, like, you should have called me and said, hey, I have a meeting with so and so, and I think I'm going to pull out of this deal. I'm sorry. My heart's just not in it. I wish it were, but it's just not. And I would have, as his friend, been like, I'm disappointed and I'm sad, but I get it. It's fine. I may be a little hurt for a little while and it may be a sore topic, but I get it, you know? That conversation never happened. I tried many times to have that conversation. And it's like, if there's no issue, then why is there constantly an avoidance to have a conversation about these things? And then why lie to people about the real reason things didn't move forward? Like, that's the real reason is we had a deal and it completely fell through. I didn't realize how many people started their YouTube channel during the pandemic. Yeah, a lot of people did. And that was a great time to start because so many people were watching content online during that time. Could have been rating gold. You guys could have both had great shows. I agree. I thought it was great. Who called you and asked that? Sounds like a news reporter. It was not a news reporter. It was not a news reporter. Drama brings ratings, and Adam knows that. I mean, you should have texted Adam and said, well, you were in high school. I'm in LA trying to make a living. Random thought, are those fiddlies on your shirt? No, this is a Cinco de Mayo shirt that my mom got me to wear for Cinco de Mayo. So it has like little sombreros and a guitar. But I didn't wear it on Cinco de Mayo because I forgot. And so now I'm wearing it today. Do it with Amy Phillips. Listen, I don't think I want to do a show with anybody. I've been so burned by people so much in this fucking world that I'm like, I'm just gonna do me. That's why I won't take on a manager right now. I won't take on an agent right now because I'm just like, I don't trust people. I've been so burned. I've been so burned in this world. I've been in it a lot longer. So I know how wild and crazy people can be. Okay, on that note, though, because we have been live for a very long time, I do have to wrap. I do, because I do have to run to dinner with my friend Sabrina. But thank you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You can always give me a follow at Just Plain Zack or follow the podcast at No Filter with Zack. You got lots of tea tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed it because, you know, it is what it is. Do a show with you and your other personalities. Yes, let's do that. Me and the mistress inside of me. Let's do that show. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. If you're celebrating for the 4th of July, enjoy it. Live it up. Have a hot dog like you're in Legally Blonde. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Give me a follow at Just Plain Zack. Follow the podcast at No Filter with Zack. If you have a cease and desist you want to send me, send it to Daryl. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I will talk to you very, very soon. Keep up with me. Keep up with the content. And yeah, until next time, have a cocktail. Live your best life. And don't fuck anybody's husbands. Or don't attempt to either. All right. Love you guys. Ciao for now. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye.